as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's the boxing talk with Raphie. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Okay, let's get into it. Where are we? What number are we on? Let's do the sound check. Let's get into it. Okay, clear as a bell. So, you are in tune 2. Boxing Talk with Raphie. What number are we on? 108. And for those who have not been here before, this is where the good people, come to meet and congregate and talk all things boxing related and non-boxing related. Okay, so that's our scope. That's the scope we give ourselves over here. Okay, and what are we doing now? What are we doing now? Are we going in for a warm-in video? Are we going in for a warm-in video? That is the question. What's happening in the chat over there? What options do we have? Oh, yeah. Okay. Or did I do that last time? No, I did that last time. Let me continue the search as the area populates. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What are we going for here? What are we going for here? Scoping through, scoping through, scoping through. And well, in here, looking at this, looking at that. Tyson Fury VADA test revealed. Okay, we're gonna go for that. We're gonna go in for the Tyson Fury VADA test. Do we? Do we do that? Yeah, why not? Why not? We're gonna warm in with that for a few minutes. Allow people to come on in when they see the red button, when they see that we are live. So let's do a few minutes of this. Allow the laggers. Allow the laggers to step on in. It's not really laggers. We've only just started. Okay. So let me set this up. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's get slick with it. Let's get slick with it. Let me give this a title. Let me create a banner. Warming video. Warming video. Yep. Boom. That's good. Add that. Pow. Okay. So where are we? Well, first, before we go to the warming video, let's say, how do you do to Shiz Biz in the building? The Cal L. Salute, Raphael. Something to distract from the madness. Well, it's kind of weird because I've been looking around and the numbers for these things, the numbers around YouTube appear to have dropped. I don't get it. Let's hope we can buck the trend. But I certainly hear what you say. We need a distraction from the madness. Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. Okay, so let's go straight over. Where are we? Let's drop this link in the chat. Boom. Okay, so let's go straight over to the warm-in video where we will resume when the squadron have had time to assemble. Okay, so let's share this. Boom. What? Boom. Okay. Let's enlarge this. Make it smaller. Cut the music and begin.
WBC El Presidente, El Capitan. I'll try to do his voice. Making my monthly report to the board. And happy to see all these negative results reported by VADA testing from the clean boxing program. Some of them are the Bronze Bomber, Tyson Gypsy King Fury, Regis Maridis, Amiro Zudo. Yeah, but the two we're looking at is the Bronze Bomber, Wilder, and Tyson Fury. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, I bring this up because, is this clear on your screen? Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's clear on your screen. Hopefully it's clear on your screen. I just heard a pop. I'll be with you in a second, whoever that is. Yeah. So there's been much talk, speculation that, let me stop sharing. There's been much talk and speculation that, okay, Phil, get that back on. There's been much talk and speculation that, first of all, I heard a rumor that Deontay Wilder had failed his drug test. Then I heard a rumor that he was unsubstantiated, said he couldn't pee, so he failed. Then the second rumor was that the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, failed the drug test. Oh yeah, absolutely. BH say smash that like button if you so desire. Okay, yeah. And then the rumor that Tyson Fury fell, which was also unsubstantiated, but now in black and white from the Twitter. I'm going to look back at the Twitter because there's been some fake tweets going around. So you can't just take it for granted when you see a tweet that it's original, that it's coming from the proposed source. So just to make sure I don't get punked like many have already, let me share my screen and go back to that. Let's examine that tweet and the source of the tweet. Boom, there's the tweet, Mauricio Suleiman. Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman, WBC El Presidente. Yeah, that's it. That's his tweet. He's got the blue tick. You see the blue tick? It's legit. Okay, so clean tests ran back from the Bronze Bomber and Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Okay, that's legit. That's a legit tweet. So Phil Walker, there's been a lot of rumors flying around about people failing tests, people failing this, people failing that, but we got it from the source now. We got it from the source that was not the case.
Yeah, man. Look, let me tell you something. All this stuff about these, people failing these tests and all this other kind of, I don't see the purpose in people making up this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there that don't want to see people do well, want to start controversy, and to me, it's just crazy. The whole thing with Tyson Fury failing the drug test, the whole thing with Deontay Wilder failing the drug test, all that stuff is for what? You understand what I'm saying? But I'm glad Mauricio Suleiman put out the tweet, let everybody know, hey, look, I'm astounded that we have clean boxing program and all of these fighters have come back clean. So it put all the rumors to rest, man. So and that's awesome, man, because we want boxing to be a clean sport. Because it's for so long it was overshadowed by a lot of people doing a lot of crazy things. Mm-hmm. And more than just taking performance enhancement drugs. So if it's headed in the right direction, as a fan, as someone who's been watching boxing for a long time, let's just be happy about that. Let's not start unnecessary rumors, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But fortunately, those rumors have been squashed by El Presidente Mauricio Suleiman. Okay, that's good. So let me get back into the chat. I can get out of escape this thing. Oh damn. Boom. Boom. Once upon a time I'd have been trapped up in there. We're good now. So what's the comments? What's the comments on this thing here? I'm still sharing, yeah? What's the comments? Fury confirmed clean. Yeah. Raphie Ali follows me. So let's just give him a little bit of support there. Smash that like button and let me leave him a comment, as I always endorse. Yes, yes, boom, yes. Okay, what else do people say? Any word on Dillian White B sample?
Hey, look, man, let me tell you something.
Carry on, bro.
Hey, look, I'm be real with you. Look,
Yeah.
this is the realness about Dillian White's situation, the way I perceive it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dillian White got cleared by the WBC and VADA, because guess what? He passed his VADA test.
Yes, he did.
Now, if he passes the VADA test, he passes it. He don't have any quarrel or beef with VADA. He passed the test. Everything's all good on there. Now, as far as this other situation, hey, look, man, I don't know what happened to the B sample, but let me tell you this right here. Whoever was in charge of that investigation, they have also cleared Dillian White. So you know what I say? If they're good with it, the guys that he's fighting is good with it, then guess what? I have no other choice but to be okay with it.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we got that sorted out. The warm-in video has been accomplished. So let's stop sharing that and get back with the music. Okay. Okay, where are we now? Okay, looking healthy, looking good, looking healthy. Let's sort out this mic. Boom. Let's get some suitable uplighting going. Oh yeah. Where are we at? Let's clear this up. Let's make some room. Get this show crunk. Okay. Okay, we're in better shape now. Better shape now. Okay. It's looking good. Now let me find where we are with this thing. Okay. We are good. Let's kill the volume on that, hopefully. All right. Okay. We're in position. Pole position. Okay. I'm ready for FaceTime. What's going on? Okay. That'll do. Okay. So where are we? Who's in the house? Okay. We know we got Shiz Biz. We got the Cal L. We got the Philip Carl Roberts. Who else we got? We got Lisa Bayliss up in the building. How you doing, Lisa? Who else we got? Okay. Wizard Sleeve. Flatly Fury ducking already. Yes. We got the Rue 504 up in the building. Orca, Amaya says they're all dirty, and you know it. Look at Mayweather's contract that he wanted Manny to sign. Damn, why am I not speaking into the mic? It said you test positive, it's okay. We don't have to tell anyone. Damn, did it really say that? ID up in the building. Yes, AD. We got the D, bro. Yes, yes, yes. New Orleans Realist 504. It's the 504. Keeping up on the daily grind. No sabida, no sabida, no sabida. Yes, yes, yes. Leighton, Evelyn, critical worker up in here. Yes, yes, yes. Jordan D. Lockdown. Yeah, lockdown. Okay, we've done the warming video already. Let's get rid of that banner. In fact, I'll keep that there. I'll just hide it. It's going to come in useful for next shows. Okay, so where do we begin? AD Towel Squad in the building. How you doing, AD Towel Squad?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Raph. How's it going, bro?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good. What's the Towel Squad? Something to do with...
It's our good friend from across the pond.
I thought as much. Towel Squad up in the building. Okay, so let me see. It's been kind of crazy out there. It's kind of crazy out there with the pandemic that we have having to endure, AD.
Madness, absolutely madness, Raph. Like, there's been no eggs, no bread, no toilet roll. I mean, the Americans are buying guns and bullets, and us mans are buying toilet roll.
We're trying to supply. We're trying to get a steady supply of toilet roll over here. You know.
Oh, we're keeping it real. I think the toilet roll's got a better effect on the flu virus than bullets. To be fair.
I don't know why people went nuts for toilet roll. It's just through pure good fortune that I was buying some toilet roll anyway before it all kicked off, and I looked at the small packs, and then I looked at the price of the big packs, and you didn't have to be a mathematical genius to figure out you was better off buying one of the bumper packs. So I bought a bumper pack just randomly, and a couple of days later, boom. No toilet roll to be seen. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. We got Viso. Yes. Yeah, carry on, lady.
Yeah, that's what Amazon Prime's for, Raph, man. The 72 rolls getting delivered, man. Everyone's at it.
Damn, never even thought of that. But people must really be putting in work around the dinner table because that stuff is flying off the shelf. It's just recently. I went into the pound shop today and found that they had a good stock. Pound shop got a good stock going. So I just picked up a couple, you're allowed a couple, picked up a couple, boom. And that was it. Well stocked over here, more by accident than design. But yeah, man, I can't complain at all. Cannot complain. Boom, boom, boom. And in comes the man from Texas. It's Phil Walker.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's good, Phil?
Yeah, man, we're on the Monday grind. It looks like people have come back alive. People, I don't know what people have been up to. Have people been locked down? Some people are just off work altogether. The kids are off school. It's lockdown city around here in the UK, Phil.
Yeah, man, certain parts of Texas on lockdown, but we good out here in the greater Houston area. So we're still moving around, doing our thing.
Are the schools open or closed in your area?
Oh no, the schools are shut down. The schools probably gonna be shut down for the rest of the year, no doubt.
Damn. Okay, so how's the toilet roll situation over in the USA? Have you got the toilet roll crisis over there as well? Or
yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. it was a toilet roll crisis for a minute there, but I tell you what, it seems like the stores around the area are trying to catch back up. But probably for about 2 weeks now, man, they didn't have any toilet tissue in any store. You know, you got people that has, you know, 5 or 6 bundles at their house, and then, you know, you might be another house, 2 houses down. These guys don't have any toilet paper at all. So, you know, I'm happy that you know, the grocery stores and the local stores are starting to catch back up, because that's just ridiculous, man. For one person to have so much toilet paper and then the next person to have none at all. I mean, you know, you got to think about it. You know, you use this stuff every day, and then you go not to having it at all, not to be able to use it at all. You know, that kind of that throw a monkey wrench in your day, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a monkey wrench. That's definitely a monkey wrench. I was just telling AD that just by pure coincidence and chance, I was due to buy some toilet roll. When was it? A week ago or so. And I just looked at the normal price for, you know, the small pack. And then I looked at the price for the big pack, and I thought, yo, it makes more sense to buy the multi pack. So I bought a big multi pack, which I've never done before, just because of the price thing. And damn, about 2 days later came the crisis. So yeah, I kind of beat the crisis just by pure chance. Okay, so let's commence with the show. And so now here is where I pick my first topic. I think I've got an inkling. I think I know where I want to go, where I could go. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go straight to that. I don't know if I'm going to go straight to that. I'm looking around. Lots of too many windows open as per usual. As per usual. Okay, I know exactly where we're going to start. We'll start off with a little bit of controversy. There's quite a bit of controversy throughout the show. Of course, I think we know what the main topics are. As you can see as you may have seen via the thumbnail. Main topics we're going to be looking at. Is this thing open? Fury relinquishes. There's a story that Fury has relinquished his UK license. We're going to delve into that. Teddy Atlas says that Wilder can't fight. He's not good at fighting. But we're coming up to that. You got to warm into that. You know, we don't want to go straight to the main course just yet. So we're going to start off with, we're going to lead in with a little bit of Billy Joe Saunders. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Where are we? Boom. Okay, so are we sharing? Yeah, I think we're sharing. Okay, so it's nothing to be laughed at. I am very embarrassed, says Billy Joe Saunders as he apologizes for coronavirus prank call that saw 3 of his boxing friends, including Ben Davidson and Josh Taylor, thrown off a plane. Okay. An audio clip of Billy Joe Saunders calling Delta Airlines. I haven't heard that. Never even knew there was an audio clip. But anyway, calling Delta Airlines went viral on Friday. Where is it? Yeah. In it, he was heard laughing and telling them one of his friends had coronavirus. In a new social media video, however, Saunders has apologized for his actions. Ben Davidson and Josh Taylor were the other members thrown off the flight. Where are we? Okay, let's scroll up. Let's scroll up to see what the latest shenanigans of Billy Joe Saunders were. Okay, so Billy Joe Saunders has admitted he is very embarrassed after a call to an airline, saw 3 of his boxing friends thrown off a flight, but he claims he was only trying to make them aware that one of them had coronavirus-like symptoms. Okay, so the audio clip went viral on social media on Friday after Saunders was heard bursting out with laughter as he recalled how he tricked his friend into showing his flight details. So he got a friend to show the flight details so he knew what flight they were going to be on and the time they were leaving and probably even the number of the flight, the flight reference number, whatever you call that. Okay, so what's happening? He says, yeah, did this and then called Delta Airlines saying he's got a coronavirus. He's got coronavirus and he's getting on the plane. He's got a friend that's got coronavirus and he's getting on the plane. As a result, his friend, unified light welterweight Josh Taylor, and Tyson Fury's former trainer, who is now Josh Taylor's current trainer, were all hauled off a flight from Las Vegas to New York. Okay. There we have Billy Joe. What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, but speaking on social media again, Saunders apologized for his actions, but insisted he was genuinely concerned for his friend's well-being. Just wanted to clear up a couple of issues that I've seen flying around on social media today. One of my best mates was in camp with me and was supposed to fly back with me yesterday. He said in a video message on Twitter, he didn't fly back because he felt a little bit poorly. He woke up this morning in a bit of a worse position. Anyway, he made his decision to go back, and I didn't want him to go back. Damn. Okay. Didn't want him to go back. He was going with Ben Davidson and stablemate Josh Taylor. And anyway, they pulled him off the flight once I made them aware he had his tests. And thank God he didn't have the coronavirus. It's nothing to be laughed at. A member of my family has been diagnosed with it in the last 24 hours. But once the seriousness was gone and I knew he didn't have it, it then became a bit of a joke that he missed the flight. I'm very embarrassed about laughing about that. Amongst friends, it's okay. But getting out into the public's ears, public's eyes, was a little bit embarrassing. Okay, so second recording on Friday confirmed the unfortunate trio had been thrown off the plane, and that was circulated with the friend saying, well done, Billy. Well done, Billy Joe. Your plan worked. We're not on the flight now. We're in serious trouble, bruv. Thanks for that. OMG. OMG. Okay. So let's stop sharing that for the time being and go back. Go back. Let me save this image. Billy Joe. Uno momento. Billy Joe. AD, you want to take it away, bro? You want to take it away? What's your observations on our warming topic? Billy Joe Saunders up to his usual tricks.
Yeah, it's just a classic prank. There's no way he had genuine concerns for his friends. Come on, man. Anyone that believes that is fucking sillier than anyone that believes Wilder can box.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but to be fair to him, it was quite a good prank. But if I was Ben Davidson and Josh Taylor and I had things to attend to, maybe I wouldn't see the funny side of it.
I don't think I would see the funny side of it. The friend didn't appear to be over enthusiastic. Phil Walker, Billy Joe Saunders strikes again.
Yo, man, look, let me tell you something. Billy Joe, and I'm pretty sure Billy Joe is a great friend to his mates. But at the end of the day, I could see if you wasn't friends with him, how you could hate his freaking gut. Cause I tell you what, man, look, I tell you what, Billy Joe as a person, as a fighter, I'm not gonna lie, I have grown to like him more, but he's just one of those kind of guys that I don't think he wants people to really like him, like his personality. You know, it's like, why would you do that, dude? Like, seriously, man, come on, man. Why would you do that to your friends? But at the end of the day, it's classic Billy Joe, and I can't say I'm surprised. So consider it's him. I consider it. I mean, considering that it's him, I could see this happening. I mean, somebody told me Billy Joe pranked his friends about coronavirus, got him kicked off the plane. I'd say, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no surprise there. So,
No
I mean, at the end of the day, hearing the story, it is pretty comical. But at the end of the day, man, it's just messed up, dude. I mean, that's wrong, bro. Like, come on, man. That's ridiculous.
It is messed up. He's one of those guys, one of them friends that, always love to pull a prank on you. Always love to pull a prank. But I remember back in the day. Yeah, what are you saying, AD?
I was going to say, Raph, it's probably one of his more mellow pranks, to be fair, because he's a bit extreme when it comes to the pranks. Let's be fair.
He's a bit extreme when it comes to the pranks.
He's had the hooker with the giving her £50 pretending to get crack and asking for sex and all that. He's had a few real car crash pranks. Yeah.
He's one of them friends. He's one of them friends that, I remember when I was back at college, I had a friend just like Billy Joe. Just like Billy Joe. He always loved to play a prank on other people. And we were in the communal computer room. There's a hall, computer hall. And he loved to, I saw him sending an email to another friend of ours, a mutual friend. And he was acting like he was trying to wind up the mutual friend, kind of almost kind of threatening tone. And he had these email accounts that nobody knew were his. And just trying to get the rise out of the other mutual friend. And that was one of his little pranks. But unfortunately for him, he didn't realize that I'd caught onto his game. So one day when I got one of these messages, one of these weird messages, little bit kind of, who the hell sent me this text? A little bit kind of supposed to have you on edge. What I did from that same email account was I text him back with a similar message. So he obviously didn't know it was coming from me. So, these types of cats, I think my response to that is you've got to put it back on them. You got to put it right back on him. They've got to get him back, but even bigger. You know what I'm saying?
For real, Ralph.
Yeah, these pranksters, you got to get them back, mate. You got to get them back. Give them a taste of their own medicine. I remember, who was he fighting? Who was that guy he was fighting when he had his little son punch the dude in the testicles?
I can't remember.
Willie Monroe.
Yeah.
Willie Monroe. He had his little, Billy Joe had his little son punch him square in the testes.
How about when he threw a chicken leg at Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a chicken leg thrown at me than get punched in the gonads, to be fair.
Especially before fight night.
Yeah.
You got to admit, though, considering how skinny Deontay Wilder's legs are, a chicken leg is kind of funny, man. I mean,
the chicken leg. I heard it was lemon and herb. I heard it was the lemon and herb flavoring.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, man. Hey, the only problem with pranking Billy Joe back is only one issue with that. I don't think he has off button. That's the thing. You'll be pranking until you're 168 years old with this guy. He doesn't have an off button. I can guarantee you. That's the only thing. You know what? It's better left just like, yo, dude, please stop. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Just ease up, relax, chill out. You gotta tell him to relax and mellow out, man. Mellow out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go into this. The topic. I mean, not the topic. the comment section. They're putting infected deer meat in the fast food chains, and they're building the wall in my city of El Paso, Texas, to lock us in. Damn. Infected deer meat. It's funny you should talk about deer meat, because I've been going on a rampage through various videos of deer in America crashing through windows of salons, gyms, and people's homes. It's hilarious stuff. I don't know about the contamination, though. That's new to me. Okay, it's the rule. Stores are slowly stocking items here in New Orleans as the hysteria starts to die down. Yeah, I've seen some people have sent me some videos via WhatsApp. Saw one video of a house, chock-a-block full. The kitchen was just every kitchen unit, every cupboard top was topped with toilet rolls. There was rows of cooking oil, rows of this, rows of that. And I mean, it's going to come a time. I mean, it's not too long before everything is fully stocked again. There's going to come a time when everything is fully stocked again. And these people are going to be stepping over toilet rolls, cooking oil, all kinds of garbaggio. It's like they've got 6 months stock worth. And I'm pretty sure that the shops are going to be back to normal within a week. Within a week, people are going to run out of room to hoard all this garbaggio. It's crazy. AD, it's mad.
Yeah, for real, man. It is mad. But I can see the logic in it to a certain extent. Yeah. Especially with something like this, because as we know, flus, they do mutate, and so there are apparently different strains of this flu. Apparently, the one in Italy is a bit more stronger than the one that we've got, and so forth. So, I mean, they're being safe and sorry. I mean, we'll probably be the fools if it all goes wrong and the things don't get restocked. But yeah, I'm fine with 2 tubs of cooking oil, and 72 toilet roll would do me.
Phil Walker.
Yeah.
People are overstocking.
Yeah, let me tell you something. So basically, I tell you what me and my spouse did. Basically, we just went out and picked up some extra groceries. Just like yourself, we bought the big bundle of toilet paper. Mm-hmm. We bought the big bundle of paper towels. Yeah. And just stuff that, we could eat on just in case we're not able to leave out of the house or something like that. But my whole deal is I don't see a situation where, we're going to completely run out of stuff. Now, I think now that the beginning craze has kind of died down, I think now the grocery stores and everything are going to catch back up, and people should be fine. I think we're probably going to have a problem with food going bad because so many people just jumped in the rush to go and grab stuff. Yeah. So, that may be an issue. And another issue they may run into is once this stuff dies out, people are not going to be buying anything because they stocked up for 2 years. It's some type of, I don't know, man. So it's going to be kind of crazy.
It's going to be kind of crazy. I mean, I do have extra provisions, extra cereal. I always keep a stocked freezer. So really and truly, I think it's just I think really the solution is just picking up more non-perishable stuff, a little bit more non-perishable stuff each week. Each week, the virus lasts you. You might pick up an extra bowl of an extra box of cereal a few times. So you kind of got a month's supply maybe, but you can do that. You can do that systematically as and when they're on the shelf, rather than the panic buying, which came after the greed buying. So I think just a little bit extra, so long as you've got a month's worth of supply. I think that would be perfectly ample, and you can do that just by picking up more, 1 box more cereal than you would ordinarily do, and just do that for a few times as and when they appear on the shelf. And I don't see any problem with that. Just pick up stuff gently. I think the stores, they're saying, okay, you can only pick up 2 You can only pick up 2 bags or whatever of toilet paper. And I think, yeah, they're slowly bringing it back down sensibly. They're going to get restocked, and there's going to be some people who are going to falling over themselves when the stuff, I don't know, are they going to continue panic buying? Surely common sense must kick in at some point. Anyway, BJ announced a lockdown in the UK earlier. Essentially, only essential shopping allowed, exercise, work, and travel. Only 2 people allowed together at one time indoors. Serious times indeed. I watched Contagion yesterday. It's a real life. Yeah, it's real. It's definitely real. BH, big lockdown in my part of the US, Philadelphia area. Staying home orders. Toilet paper scarce and hand sanitizer scarce. Yeah, well, that's the thing, that's the thing they're talking about. Hand sanitizers and all this stuff. Wash your hands, sneeze into your arm or into a tissue, cover your mouth when you cough. And really, a lot of the advice is just common sense, is what people should be doing. They should be washing your hands. Should be washing your hands regularly. You go to the gym, those handles, everybody's touching the handles. At one time, they used to have a sanitizer spray and tissue all around. So every time you finished a piece of equipment, you had to wipe it down. That was back in the day. Now you go to the gyms. It gets wiped down by the cleaners maybe once or twice a day if you're lucky. So things have regressed in that regard. It's kind of crazy.
Ralph, real quick about that. You have a lot of gyms here in the States that have the stuff to wipe the equipment down once you get done with it. But
right.
You know what I find odd? I've never seen a group of more lazy people working out than I have ever seen in my life. You're getting here, you're putting in all the work, you're using this machine, and then you don't want to take 1 minute to grab a paper towel and wipe the machine off afterwards. You just want to just leave it like it is. I mean, it baffles me. It really confuses me that you sit on this machine and work out for 15, 20 minutes, and then you just want to be lazy when it comes to wiping it down. That's just ridiculous to me. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're lucky you still got those sanitizer sprays. They just don't have them around in the UK no more. Whereas back in the day it was normal. Especially in the big gyms. But now it's like they don't have them. They should never have phased them out. They should bring them back. That should be normal. That should be standard operational procedure, that you have the spray bottle and you have a paper dispenser that you can wipe it down. So I hope that they go back to that. I hope that comes back. It needs to come back. Gyms, a lot of bacteria in there. A lot of people holding machines in exactly the same place on the handles. So, that definitely needs to come back. Billy Joe is nuts. Billy Joe not funny. Nah, it's to be honest, it's kind of irritating. Them kind of pranks, they're kind of irritating. I got to be honest. I find it irritating. Got to dip out. Good to have you in the building, Roo. He's lucky he didn't get arrested. It's not a joke at all. It's mad. The Pedmeister is in the building as we move over to the next topic. Okay, let's get through a few more of these. Billy Joe should have thrown a 120 million contract at Wilder. Okay, the Gucci Kid up in the building. Okay, where we at? When I first saw the title from my phone, I thought it said Tyson Fury relinquishes WBC title. I thought, here we go. But the UK license isn't a worry at all. Okay, well, hold on, what's going on?
Restaurants all closed here, only takeout in Philly. Yeah, that's the same advice being spread over here in the UK also. Yes. What's the current topic? Red gloved militant is in the building. Let me drop the link in case he wants to jump on as we proceed. Okay, let me move the Billy Joe Saunders topic out of the way and progress on. What's this here? Not too many windows open.
Hey, Ralph, look, check this out, buddy. I'm about to clock work, man. It's been a pleasure always. I'm definitely going to keep listening, and you'll see me down there in the comments. And most definitely, everybody please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Deuces.
100%, Phil. Thanks for jumping on, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Peace out, Phil.
All right, brother.
Okay. So let's just line these up here. Let's line these up. Where is that? What am I looking for? Where is it? Trying to steal. No. Let's go along through these and see where it is. Okay. So I think this is where we're going now. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so where is it? Where are we? Okay, so Tyson Fury would escape UCAD ban after relinquishing the UK license. Okay, so the article reads, Tyson Fury is likely to escape punishment from UK anti-doping should a case against him be reopened. Okay, it's been reported that the WBC heavyweight world champion formally relinquished his British Boxing Board of Control license prior to his victory over Deontay Wilder. Okay, Fury alongside his cousin Huey had drug tests which came back showing a higher than permitted levels of nandrolone. Those nandrolone levels were spiked as a result of Fury's eating uncastrated boar meats, so he said. They each received a 2-year backdated ban and have both resumed boxing since then. However, the farmer that provided testimony about the boar has since recanted in an article via the Daily Mail. Okay, we know all about Martin Carefoot, the farmer, and the £25,000 he said he was supposed to receive. So the article says, should a case be reopened against the Furies by UCAD, they could face additional charges of attempting to tamper with evidence. Okay, however, such bans would only be enforced if Tyson Fury specifically was under UCAD's jurisdiction. According to Boxing Scene, that no longer appears to be the case. So, Tyson Fury last boxed in the UK with his August 2018 victory over Francesco Pianetta at Windsor Park, and is required to renew his license every year. So that was August 2018. Okay. However, Boxing Scene claimed that the WBC heavyweight champion has not only let the license lapse, but prior to the win over Wilder in Las Vegas in February, he wrote to the British Boxing Board of Control to formally relinquish the license. Okay, that is very interesting. Let me get this straight. August 2018. 2019. Okay, so that would have elapsed on 2019, August. Okay, but when was the fight? Yeah, it was. So, okay, it wouldn't have lapsed in August 2018, 2019, because the fight was in August 2018. And presumably, yeah. Yeah, okay. So the longest that could have lasted for is August 2019. Okay, so that's clear. Okay, so yeah, so while so Fury, where is it? Where is it here? WBC champion has not only let the license lapse, but prior to his win over Wilder in Las Vegas in February, he wrote to the British Boxing Board of Control to formally relinquish the title. Okay, so if Fury was still in receipt of a UK license, any punishment that would come from a potentially reopened UCAD case would have had to be enforced with the four main boxing governing bodies, given the British Boxing Board of Control relationship with UCAD. That's a very interesting point. So they're saying in the article that any judgment from UCAD would have had to be enforced. It would have to be enforced by the four main boxing governing bodies. That's very interesting. However, without a UK license, Fury is beyond the British Boxing Board of Control's jurisdiction, and other bodies are under no obligation to honor what is now a potential, what is now a 5-year-old doping charge. Fury's next outing is set to be a third bout with Deontay Wilder. He says either later this year or early 2021. Well, as far as we know, it's penciled in for July. Don't know if the coronavirus is going to affect that date, but if it's not July, then they'll push it back a month or two. But it can't be. It's not nothing about this early 2021 stuff is nonsense, because in the contract, Deontay Wilder he was contractually obliged to let it be known if he wanted to fight for the trilogy. Well, the loser was contractually obliged to let it be known officially if they wanted to contest in the trilogy fight within 30 days. Deontay Wilder has done that. And it's also a contractual obligation, as I understand it, over here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. It is also a contractual obligation that the trilogy fight take place within 6 months of the second fight. So I don't know where they get this 2021 from, but that's the long shot of it. That's the long and the short of it. Tyson Fury wrote to the British Boxing Board of Control to officially relinquish his UCAD boxing license. Okay, ID, what are your observations? Your thought on Tyson Fury writing to relinquish his British Boxing Board of Control license?
Well, to be fair, it looks like it's quite a genius move on Fury's part, because if he didn't, then he could have faced problems further down the road.
Yeah, hold up, AD. There's some rattling sound, something rattling.
Okay, one sec. Can you hear it still?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like quite a sensible move, to be fair. Yeah, it don't look good for Fury, if I'm honest, to be fair. But if it's that or get banned, then I suppose that's the smartest option he's got to take.
Yeah, So why would he get banned? Why would he get banned? Talking to people who perhaps don't fully understand the scenario.
Well, you've got the tampering on top, and also it could be rigging. If the farmer, well, to be fair, the farmer has lied either way, so I don't think it could stand up in court. But it's all very strange. It's come out now, and I mean, I to be fair, Ralph, I'm a bit baffled by it all. To be fair, but from the sounds of it, he's made the only move he could make that's going to go in his favour, and that's to relinquish the British license.
Yeah. Yes. So let me flesh that out a bit, if I may. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, is that right? That can't be right. Hold on. Oh, okay. So why am I stuck? Why has my StreamYard not updated itself? So I'm stuck backwards. Hold on. Give me 10 seconds. Give me a few seconds. I'm going to have to reload this baby. So you're going to lose me for a second and I'll be right back. Add myself. Okay. Still hasn't reloaded over here, but okay. Hopefully it catches up with the YouTube page at some point, but I can't show your comments because the window I'm in, it ain't refreshing. Okay, so let's get into it anyway. So, right, the situation as it appears. The situation as it appears is that Tyson Fury has allowed his belt, has actually relinquished his British license. So UCAD are not in, he doesn't have to answer to UCAD. The consequence of that is that of late, Tyson Fury is running some little bit of trouble. And yeah, so he's got the farmer, Martin Carefoot. He's dealing with the farmer who is alleging that he provided false testimony on behalf of Tyson Fury. So he's alleging he's provided false testimony, and if UCAD are approached to reopen the 2015 case against Tyson Fury, the 2015 case, which was eventually heard later when he went into retirement and then came back out of retirement. This was 2 years after he beat Vladimir Klitschko. 2 years after he beat Vladimir Klitschko, he received a retrospective ban. And he was good to fight again. Okay, so now he was working with Frank Warren, via Frank Warren, or that's in the UK, and then he got with Top Rank. He got with Top Rank to be his American promoter, and sometime after that, he formally relinquished via letter. He formally relinquished his British boxing license. So you have to question. I said at the time, because he said at the time, or he said recently, or he's been saying for a while, that he won't be fighting in the UK again. Won't be fighting in the UK again. And I said at the time, well, this is highly suspicious. And I said, well, yeah. Even before Martin Carefoot came out, I said, well, this looks like he wants to put himself beyond the reach of UCAD. That was my suspicion. Tyson Fury wants to put himself beyond the reach of UCAD. And the only reason that I could think of for that was that he anticipated that there may be trouble ahead. And sure, it's come to pass. It's come to pass that it's looking very possible the case could be opened to review the allegations made by the farmer. Where's the farmer? Martin Carefoot. Pretty sure I've got him saved over here somewhere. Where is Carefoot? There he is. Hold on. Stop that and put this in. Where is that? Why is that not visible? Why is that on? Don't matter. Got one over here. Okay. So, yeah. So it seems seems clear to me that the reasoning behind Tyson Fury not wanting to fight in the UK again, even before the allegations of Carefoot, is that Tyson Fury, it seems, wants to be beyond the reach of UCAD. Why would he want to be beyond the reach of UCAD? Why would he want that? And it keeps on coming back to me, AD. It keeps on coming back to the same thing. It keeps on coming back to the same thing where it appears that Tyson Fury may have some unfinished business with UCAD.
Yeah, it looks that way, to be fair, Ralph. But like you say, I don't think he's going to be coming back to the UK very soon. I'm pretty sure that the Joshua fight will be in Saudi Arabia and the rest of his top-ranked fights will be in America. So don't be surprised if we never see Fury fight on these islands again.
Well, he's warned us. He's told us. He's told us. He gave us a warning. He's been telling us for a while now, I won't be fighting in the UK again. He's been warning us. He's been telling us, and I've been reading between the lines. I've been saying, why? Why, Tyson? Why won't you be fighting in the UK again? Why would you not fight on your home soil where your fan base is? This is where your fan base is. That's why you sell out in America. When you sell out in America, the reason is because of your UK fan base. Why would you not come back and fight in the UK? What plausible reason could you have, Tyson? I'm asking you, Tyson. I don't know if you watch the show. I hope you do. People pass on the show. Anybody in contact with Tyson, pass the show on, because I'm genuinely curious. I would genuinely like to know, Tyson Fury, why? What's the reason why he won't come back to fight? Because there don't seem to be any rational reason that doesn't involve you, Tyson, being in trouble with UCAD or potential trouble.
Ralph, it would also be interesting, Ralph, to see how Fury's case comes along, because I mean, if Fury gets found guilty, that's not going to look good for Tyson at all. So don't be surprised if Fury gives his British license up and fights maybe under Matchroom USA in America.
Well, that's interesting because Huey. What happens to Huey? I don't know if Huey's in a position of the Tyson Fury, the big name Tyson Fury. He doesn't have to fight in the UK no more. He's getting big fights in America. He can stay in America without problems. I don't know how. Well, let's look at that. Punctuated by the music beautifully. Let's look at that. How big a draw? How big a draw is Tyson Fury in the USA if he's not fighting Deontay Wilder? What kind of turnout can we expect from Tyson Fury if he's fighting a Kawanaki, if he's fighting a Hellenius, if he's fighting one of those guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you see him getting some of that Saudi money on the undercard of AJ Fury. Yeah. So, and I mean, he's really an undercard fighter. If he's going to fight in USA, like you said, what
Yeah.
fights are there for him to headline?
Yeah.
There's not many. But that the zone money is so good that they can afford to pay their undercards as good as what headliners are getting over here. So maybe he can compensate in that way, and he won't be the star of the show, I suppose.
AD, there's no way that I can see Tyson Fury with his ego as big as it is. All the top guys have big egos. There's no way that I can see Tyson Fury accepting an undercard slot on a Joshua card. His ego.
We got mixed up. I'm on about Huey there. I'm on about
Huey.
If Huey follows suit. Yeah. So if Huey follows suit and relinquishes his British license, expect to see him on the undercards of AJ Fury 1 and 2.
Oh, I got you. And that Fury 1 and 2 would be likely to be over in Saudi. Yeah, I got you. But switching over to Tyson himself. If Tyson Fury isn't fighting, because I'm wondering about this American fighting in America versus fighting in the UK for Tyson himself. And my question is, if Tyson Fury is not fighting a Deontay Wilder, if he's fighting a Kawanaki, a Hellenius, a Charles Martin, Hunter, a Michael Hunter over in the US, does that draw? Is Tyson Fury without Deontay Wilder over in America fighting anybody else? Is he a draw? Is he a draw?
Oh, well, you know what? That's an interesting question. But what we've got to consider is Wyatt has got that mandatory WBC shot, hasn't he? So, I mean, I think Wyatt v. Fury, even if that was in Vegas or New York, expect 15,000 to 20,000 plus Brits to go to that, because, I mean, that would definitely fill up any arena around the world, I'd imagine. But outside of that fight, you're right, his options are very limited, really, because there ain't no superstars in American boxing apart from Wilder, if you could call him that.
Yeah. Apart from Wilder, it's interesting to me. It's very interesting to see the lay of the land for Tyson Fury if he's not fighting in the UK no more.
Although, Ralph, I reckon Tyson Fury versus Miller, and they're both at top rank, would be a great press conference. I mean, they talk about trash talk of the year. I mean, they could probably sell the fight on their mouths alone, because them two can talk the bollocks off a fight.
Yeah, they can indeed. So we've identified 2 fights. We've identified 2 potential well-selling fights for Fury. And that's the Dillian White. That's potential. That has potential. And Big Belly Miller. That has potential as well. So we got Dillian White. We got Big Belly Miller. And we got 2 fights. 2 fights with Joshua. 1 in Saudi. With the British public. How the British public going to react if both of them are in Saudi, or both of them don't take place in the UK? How do the British public, and this is for the chat as well, how do the British public react if at least one of those fights does not take place in the UK? I would be royally miffed. I would be MIFFED, miffed.
It'll be criminal, Raph. Criminal.
I would not be happy at all. So I want to see what Tyson Fury would have to say to his fans if it turned out that both of those fights, and I mean, the way it looks of it, he don't want to fight in the UK again because of the UK situation. So that's my speculation. I'll be very, very interested to hear from Tyson Fury fans. I know we got some Tyson guys in the chat. I'll be very, very interested to hear from you how you would feel if both of his Joshua fights, if he gets the Joshua fight, we have to assume that's highly likely. How would you feel if both of those fights, because we know one of them is most likely to take place in Saudi. We know that the money's there. So we accept that. We know and we accept that. But how would you feel as Fury fans if you found out, if it came to pass, that both of those fights, the Joshua fights, would be outside of the UK at Tyson Fury's insistence? Because you know Joshua will do 1-on-1. You know Joshua will do one in Saudi, one in the UK. So then it would come down, Joshua would be saying in the press, yeah, listen, we wanted one in the UK, but Tyson Fury said he won't fight in the UK. So my question to Fury fans is, how would you feel if it came to pass that Joshua v. Fury was made? And obviously it's going to be at least a two-parter. And you came to find out that Tyson Fury vetoed the British leg of those fights. AD, how do you think the feeling's going to be? Are they just going to accept it? Are the Fury fans just going to accept it?
Oh, yeah, the Fury fans, I mean, they'd rather see him box than see him investigated. Let's be fair.
And that's what it boils down to. You're right. It's that simple. It really is that simple. They'd rather see him box than be investigated. Yeah, that's that. You can't argue with that. That is concise and to the point. Okay, so let me get into some of these comments, because I think the secret's out. The secret is out. So I'm speculating. I've been speculating for a while. First, to the reason why Tyson Fury said he wouldn't fight in the UK anymore, and now the pieces are falling into place. Not only is he not applying for another UK license. Not only did he didn't even let his previous license expire. He called and had it, what's the term they used? He had it rescinded, or whatever you call it. Where is it? Yeah, somewhere in there. Can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Do a quick Google search on Fury says Joshua unification has to be in the UK. Because, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I'm sure either after or before he fought, I'm pretty sure it's before he fought Wilder, he said me and Joshua would have to be undisputed in the UK. I'm quite certain I heard him say, so it'd be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. Tyson Fury says undisputed. Would have to be in the UK. Tyson Fury expects Deontay Wilder rematch rather than Joshua. Tyson Fury takes swipe at Anthony Joshua over unification. What does he say there? That's not it. Tyson Fury versus Joshua fight in the UK. Joshua against Fury this year, UK are ongoing according to promoter Eddie Hearn. That's not him. Tyson Fury confirms plan to retire after undisputed fight. Let me have a look at that. Tyson Fury. Say again.
Oh, so that's the other thing, Raphie. He's saying he's going to retire after 2 fights. So, I mean, he hasn't got a lot of fights to really want to match up. I think it's going to be the AJ double, and he's going to say goodbye, see you later.
Very, very possible. Let me see what this article's saying. Stopping Deontay Wilder, he will then target a clash with fellow countryman Joshua, who holds the other 3 belts, with a December date in Saudi Arabia penciled in. Okay, I'm going to have to look for that. I have to look for that later, because that looks like it's going to be a little bit of a search. If I find it, I'll do a video on it. You can rest assured. Okay, so let me see what's going on in the chat. Okay, Fury always used to say the British establishment don't treat him like a British citizen, just a gypsy. When When's Dubois Joyce happening? That's been put back. Dubois Joyce has been put back till July. I think July the 11th. Where are we now? March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, July the 11th. It was supposed to take place in April the 11th. They pushed it back 3 months from that date, which works out like about 3.5 months from now. Fury will still sell more than Wilder. That's interesting because Fury hasn't really sold out. His tickets haven't sold out in America more than Wilder. They've done some decent dates together, but separately. Wilder has been outselling Fury. So that's why I'm asking the question. I'm very, very curious. I'm very, very curious. AD.
I'm pretty sure though, since he's become champion, and also done WWE and just exposed his name in America, I think he'll sell pretty well. And also he's gonna have a lot of UK people jump on the bandwagon now. He's got a belt and now he's beaten Wilder, and they're gonna all want to be going. I think he'll do all right no matter what, Raph. Now I think beating Wilder's won him a lot more fans. I mean, I wasn't Fury's biggest fan by no means, but he's won my respect. I still got AJ to beat him, and I'm backing AJ. But Fury's definitely won a lot more of my respect, and I like him as a person a lot more.
I rate Fury as an exceptional heavyweight right about now. And he cemented that with the way he demolished Deontay Wilder. He cemented that. However, in the last week before the fight, I called that. I said, no, I'm switching. I thought Deontay was going to knock him out. I rewatched the first fight and said, no, this second fight is going to be a continuation of the 12th round, the second half of the 12th round, where Tyson Fury was pushing Deontay Wilder back and Deontay Wilder was tired. I said, in the last week after I rewatched that fight. So in the 2 boxing talk with Raphie, is anybody in doubt, go back and check them. In the 2 boxing talks with Raphie before the fight, I changed my bet from Wilder knocking out Fury to Fury knocking out Wilder. So yeah, he impressed me. He impressed me in the last fight there. He did everything that I thought he could potentially do. But this time he actually did it with the right tutelage under Sugar Hill. But my question is, since he's given up his British license, since he asked for it to be cancelled, my question is, I want to see what his pulling power is in America. I'm going to be very curious to see, because my position is, which I could very well be wrong, but my position is that he hasn't been a draw in America outside of the Deontay Wilder fights. And the British fans did not travel to see him fight Tom Schwartz. They didn't travel to see him fight Otto Wallin. Actually, even less travel to see him fight Otto Wallin. Those attendance numbers were very, very terrible. The counter argument to that is, well, he's a world champion now, though. He's a world champion now. So how is that going to translate? We're about to find out in his next fight, whoever it's, we're not going to find out because it's going to be against Deontay Wilder again. But so we might never need to find out. We may never need to find out, because if he's saying he's only got 3 fights left, then the third one is Deontay Wilder. The fourth. Yeah,
I actually got a theory on that. I actually don't think that fight's going to happen at all.
Neither do I.
No, I really don't think. I think due to this coronavirus, it's a perfect excuse for Wilder to get out the fight without looking like a coward.
Mm-hmm.
And because look, his fans don't even want to see. Even the most hardcore fans know deep down that Fury is going to win that fight if they fight a third time. So maybe the best bet for Wilder to do is to let AJ and Fury fight twice and see if he can get the winner for Undisputed.
I totally agree. I was just talking to Big Boys Boxing yesterday, and I said it would not surprise me in the slightest if if Deontay Wilder found a way not to fight Fury immediately for the trilogy. I said that yesterday. I firmly believe he's going to get his ass handed to him again if he fights Tyson Fury immediately. Even if he delays it, still a problem. But if he fights him immediately, I'm putting the house, not literally. I'm putting the dog's house. I'm putting the dog's house on Fury for the win. So I really don't think it's in. The only way it benefits Deontay Wilder is financially. And even then, the loser only gets the 40% split. So, but the only way it benefits Wilder in any way is a financial way.
Can I just say, Raph, quickly? I really don't think the numbers are going to do that great because I don't believe a lot of America want to see that fight again, including a lot of Wilder fans. They certainly ain't paying $75 for it again to watch that beatdown. So don't be. They're not though. Let's be real about the situation. Like he's been beaten twice. Second time, that watching that second fight, you can't see a way he can win the third fight. So, I mean, you've really got to be stupid to buy that again if you're a Wilder fan.
Well, and funnily enough, I agree with you on the first part about Deontay Wilder not taking the second fight and disagree with the second part. I've got the hypothesis. That could very well be true. The hypothesis you've outlined, bro. I've got another hypothesis, which is the opposite of that. Everybody's saying the fight's going to sell less because people are going to be less interested. I have a funny feeling that it's going to be a must-see fight. I think everybody who paid for it for the first time is going to pay for it the second time. And before I bring in John D. Lee, I'm going to expand on why I think that. The reason I think that is because every Fury fan is going to want to see him put that whooping on Wilder again. That's one. Two, every Wilder fan who paid for the first fight are going to be hoping, wishing, praying, lighting candles, crossing themselves in the hope that Deontay Wilder can somehow pull it off. So I think every Fury fan who paid for it before is going to pay for it again. I think every Wilder fan who paid for it before is going to pay for it again. And I think every casual fan who paid for it before is going to pay for it again. So I know it's an opposite theory to what most people think, but that is my theory. John Daly up in the building.
You're right, Raphie.
Hey,
yeah, I'm all right. I think the Wilder 2 fight's gonna sell.
Okay.
I think the Wilder fans aren't logical. So I think the first hypothesis, the problem with that hypothesis is it assumes that they understand boxing and that they understand logic.
Uh-oh.
So when you start talking about the Wilder fans, I'm not so sure that's the case. Particularly, like, if you just look at all the nonsense that's been put out all over YouTube. Glovegate, they're now trying to say that he was a steroid cheat because of something he's already served his ban for.
5 years ago.
Yeah. It's just endless.
Yeah.
So I think they think their man can win. I'm not a Fury fan, and I've got to be honest. I'd enjoy watching Wilder get another pasting like that. I don't mind who gives it to him.
Oh my gosh.
So I think it'll sell because it was an exciting fight.
It was.
Whatever anybody else says about it, it was an entertaining fight. So,
well, now you put it like that, John, you're probably actually right. The logic doesn't come to make sense to them guys, and they will lap it up.
Yeah. So they won't even be praying. They'll think, well, he's not got a heavy suit on this time. We'll be all over the gloves. There's UCAD testing, so Fury can't win this time.
My biggest fear, one of my biggest fears, can't say the biggest fear, one of my biggest fears with the weight with the weight issue of the suit is that Deontay Wilder is going to turn up something like this. And that's a big fear for me.
My bigger concern is that that might make a lot of the Wilder fans very happy.
OMG.
It would.
OMG. That is my biggest fear, because if you look at it logically, if weight is an issue, then surely you're going to take the opposite direction. And that is a big fear for me. AD, you've heard an alternative point of view. Have you been swayed in your opinion?
I've seen the light, Raph. I've seen the light.
Okay, so we're going to go further deeper into this because John's in here, and I definitely want to hear his opinions on a few of the elements that we've touched on. Well, everybody's opinions, actually. But let me get through a few of these comments in the comment section. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Don't forget about the like button, folks. Don't forget about the subscribe button if you enjoy the show. If you love the show or you hate the show, don't be afraid to smash that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to follow me on Twitter. If everything is correct, then the link should be in the description box. And do not be afraid to tickle that super chat button. Do not be afraid. Test it. See if it works. Anyway, let us continue. It's optional, not mandatory. Okay, so Shiz Biz says Fury was threatening to sue UCAD for loss of earnings back when the case was going on. Okay, well, what I've got to say about that is that if they reopen the case and find Fury guilty of tampering with evidence, then one of my thoughts is that UCAD, who apparently were put on the brink of bankruptcy, one of my thoughts is that if indeed it is found and proven that Tyson Fury was guilty of tampering with evidence, then he can be made to pay the £600,000 that it cost UCAD to conduct that investigation. Because if he is guilty of tampering with evidence, then the case never needed to happen. He was guilty and he knew he was guilty, so they could send him the bill for that. I think that's appropriate. That would be entirely appropriate. I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my counter to him threatening to sue them. They could sue him. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Corona crazy. Indeed. Uncle Burnt apostrophe up in the building. Fury is acting guilty by relinquishing. Yeah, that's the term I was looking for earlier. Relinquishing his license. I've suspected this all along. When Tyson Fury started talking about he's not going to fight in the UK anymore, then that's what my immediate thought was. Hey, he's trying to stay away from another investigation. And if he's trying to stay away from another investigation, that means there's something else to be investigated. How many fights Fury got left with ESPN? I think it's 2. It's 2 fights, including the Wilder fight. He fought Tom Schwartz. Was that the first one? Tom Schwartz. And then Otto Wallin. And then Deontay Wilder. The second time just gone. So that's 2 more fights left. The next one with Deontay Wilder, if Deontay Wilder takes it, would leave him with 1. Let's continue. David Ashton. Don't think I've seen David Ashton in the chat before. Welcome to David Ashton. There's more to this than Tyson is letting on. I'd be disappointed if the unification didn't happen in the UK. The UK fans deserve that match. That is coming from a Fury fan. Yes. I never believe anything Tyson Fury says. I don't see how he can prove Tyson. I don't see how it can be proven that Tyson bribed someone without Tyson.
I can explain the bad spelling if you want.
No, you can just talk about the post. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
The farmer's saying he wasn't paid any money.
Yeah,
That's his kind of gripe.
yeah.
So if he's not paid money,
Hmm.
he hasn't been bribed, has he?
I'll counter that.
Go on.
Let me
Go on.
counter that. Let me just compose myself there. Okay, so I'm trying to think of another law which would apply to this one, or from which I could draw a direct parallel. That's going to be difficult right now, so I'll just try and see how I see it. Okay, so how I see it is that, oh yeah, I found it. So we've all watched those films where the policeman's in the car with a woman and he's pretending to be a hitman, and the woman is trying to arrange the disposal of her husband, for whom she's recently taken out a very large insurance policy. So, of course, the policeman is pretending to be a hitman. He's not going to actually do what she wants him to do. And he's not going to, but so even if money hasn't changed hands, then you still have a charge there of conspiracy. So regardless of whether my counter argument is regardless of whether money has changed hands, then there's still a charge of conspiracy.
So if there's a conspiracy to collude, to alter to give false evidence.
Yes.
So it's a conspiracy to commit perjury, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. So the conspiracy is
was the evidence actually submitted? Because that's the other thing that I'm not sure.
No, 100% confirmed by Frank Warren. The evidence was submitted. Frank Warren.
Frank Warren wasn't involved in this at all.
Frank Warren wasn't involved.
He was a promoter.
No, Frank Warren wasn't.
And the solicitors, I've not heard. There's been quite a lot of information come back from the solicitors that they weren't satisfied with. What's the farmer's name?
Clearfoot, Martin Clearfoot.
Yeah. So the solicitors wrote to him a lot, and these are Fury's solicitors.
Yeah.
Trying to verify his evidence. And they weren't satisfied with it.
However, two statements from Clearfoot were submitted to UCAD via solicitors.
They definitely were.
100% as confirmed by Frank Warren, who said that Clearfoot contacted him. Why am I showing these pictures for? Clearfoot contacted.
Because there's a whole load of stuff out there, isn't there, about how he was showing not only that he'd got wild boar, but also he showed pictures of the underside of the boar to show that the boar was uncastrated.
Yes. Yeah.
But there's also the queries from the solicitor saying that they're not convinced by the photos that you're showing us.
Yeah, that's probably the defense solicitors.
Yeah, it is a defense solicitor. So what I'm not so sure about here is if this Fury's own solicitors question the veracity of the statement, whether those then solicitors are stupid enough to go and submit the statements.
No. The statements were submitted by solicitors acting on behalf of Tyson Fury.
Yeah. I just want to get more into what it is, because I mean, what I think actually happened is Tyson Fury cheated.
Yeah.
I do believe they tried to concoct a lie about wild boar meat because they've put that statement out there in their final thing.
Yeah.
But they've also said it's a possible way that they didn't they just put it, haven't they ended up saying we don't know how it got there? Isn't that their final statement? But they accepted guilt and they accepted the maximum punishment of a 2-year ban. Yeah.
Well, the Frank Warren confirmed that 2 statements from Clearfoot were submitted by solicitors acting on behalf of Tyson on the Furies, Tyson and Huey. Okay, so we know that confirmed by Frank Warren, who wasn't involved at the time, but was approached last October by Martin Clearfoot. Frank Warren said Martin Clearfoot wanted money, but then Frank Warren also said that he had given statements. He had some 2 statements submitted.
So you could submit your statement to a solicitor. and the solicitor can say, this isn't good enough. We don't trust this statement, so we're not going to use it.
Right, but the Fury's solicitors didn't say that. I said thank you,
Okay.
and submitted those statements. So those letters were statements were submitted to the UCAD.
What did he actually state in that?
He said
Did he
that
say he supplied them with wild boar meat, or what
he
did
said
he actually
I raise wild boar, I sell wild boar, and I have sold multiple batches of uncastrated wild boar meat to the Furies, and I have also sold them offal. There's apparently if you eat the offal, that spikes your nandrolone levels as well as the meat. So not just the meat, but it's the meat and the offal. So they didn't just
Oh
say,
yeah, I mean, if the offals are sweetbreads, then it's definitely going to be the bit that does it, isn't it?
well, you know, they didn't just say we bought meat from them, but they went the maximum.
Yeah.
Level. We bought meat and offal and offal.
I mean, to me, it's all like I think Fury cheated.
Yeah.
My actual take on the whole situation is the reason that I think Peter Fury isn't Tyson's trainer anymore is because it's Peter that got him on the gear.
Yeah, I hear
that. Because Huey tested as well.
Yeah, I hear that hypothesis, but
and also, I mean, you know, he is a convicted drug dealer, so he isn't necessarily worried about these sort of things.
I hear that. That's definitely.
So I definitely think Tyson cheated. How much mileage there is in this case, I don't really know how much there's going to be.
Well, I hear that Tyson Fury may not have known.
No, I think he definitely knew.
I think he knew.
I think he knew. I think he.
Yeah,
I think he just blames Peter.
Oh, I got you. I hear
that. I don't think Peter snuck something in his drink.
Okay, yeah, because I don't think Tyson Fury is that type of. I don't think he's feeble-minded like that. I think he's very strong-minded, and he wouldn't go along with anything he didn't want.
I also don't think Tyson's very worried about cheating. I'm still not convinced that he's been natural since he's been in the States.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a big question. It's a big question.
Our testing, in my opinion,
what kind of testing they're doing over there at the WBC of VADA? What kind of testing they're doing over there?
Well, the thing is, as well, isn't it? It's like you've got a lot of different types of testing, and you volunteer for what type of testing you're doing at what stage. Whereas in the UK, you don't really have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no choice in the UK.
You've got UCAD, and then you can sign up to other stuff. And UCAD's got a bad rap lately.
Yeah,
and the Americans really do poo-poo it, but I think it's pretty strict, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's stricter than VADA. I think there's a very strong argument.
There's that perception out there, because of the Billy Joe Saunders case, that UCAD isn't stricter than VADA.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But actually, as far as I understand, UCAD and VADA rules are the same, and Demetrius Andrade petitioned to have the fight cancelled because of the test result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not because Billy Joe Saunders has actually broken any rules, but I need to have a better look at that as well. Yeah. But there's definitely a perception that UCAD's not very good in America.
Yeah, I think Billy Joe Saunders broke a rule in so much as that in the UK, it was okay to use the nasal spray pre-fight, whereas in the US, there was a time issue about when you can't use it pre-fight.
That's what was reported at the time.
Yeah,
and then I've heard something recently that it was actually Andrade who petitioned to have him banned for the use of it.
Okay.
Because it's a substance that, as far as I thought, was you can allow you to take it while you're training, but you can't have it in you when you're fighting.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. That's my understanding.
And that initially I thought the VADA rules were different. So VADA said you can't train with it either.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard something recently that actually the VADA and UCAD rules are in line with each other.
Okay.
And that Andrade petitioned the Boxing Commission in America that it was a banned substance and had it done. But I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. I don't know the veracity of that. As far as I'm aware, there was a difference in the US and the UK. about when
That's what was put out there by Eddie Hearn, but at the time, Eddie Hearn was Andrade's promoter and not Billy Joe's.
Okay. I don't
Billy
know.
Joe was still with Frank Warren, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's why I was opening to questioning it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. That's something
But
I could
definitely, UCAD's punishments are stricter than anybody else's.
Yeah, I think so. No doubt.
There's no question about it because
There's no question about it. It's factual.
Canelo got 6 months for
clenbuterol.
clenbuterol. Whereas if you test for that in the UK, it doesn't matter what it is. First offence is 2 years.
2 years. Big
That's what
difference.
Dillian White got.
Big difference. Undisputed. It's undisputed that UCAD is stricter in their punishments than VADA. Dr. Wodak says something that I want to touch on for a second. Is Fury relinquishing his license and attempt to raise 2 fingers at the BOC? Not necessarily guilt. No, it may not be guilt, my friend, but the fingers point to guilt. The fingers point to guilt because why the hell would you not? He didn't even let his license expire. Apparently, allegedly, he didn't even let his British license expire. He actively what do you call it? Rescinded it or rescinded whatever.
When did he do that, Raphie? Because he got it back for his first 2 fights, Silver Surfer and Pianetta.
Yeah.
They were in the UK, weren't they?
Yes.
And even though one was in Ireland, it was in Northern Ireland, so that's still UK.
Yeah. It was post that. Pianetta was 2018, August 2018.
So he did get his British license back.
Yes.
And then he's boxed here.
Yeah.
The thing with Fury to me is, like, I do think he's borderline like manic depressive or full blown.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview with him when he signed the ESPN contract?
No.
He was either off his head on coke, or he was off his head naturally because he kept saying he was flying.
Oh, I saw an interview with him around that time when he was being interviewed by.
And he was absolutely buzzed out of his head one way or another. Now I can believe that he was having a bit of mania and he wasn't on cocaine because he'd had so much success, and that's usually when someone would kick off on like a mania episode, and like a manic episode.
Yeah.
And he he's so erratic. I could also just imagine Tyson saying "fuck off" or just. It's so hard to know how much of it's calculation and how much of it is madness. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Wodak.
He could all be calculated, Tyson. I mean, he's clever enough to be calculated as well, isn't he?
He is. Dr. Wodak is saying, is Fury relinquishing his license in an attempt to raise 2 fingers at the British Boxing Board of Control? Not necessarily guilt. I think it means it is.
Yeah, I think he's saying, but he's asking the question, isn't he? So
is he asking a question or making a statement? If it is,
is Fury.
So it seems like a question, but it flows more if he said it's.
But I can see Tyson doing both.
Well, I can see. To me, it is Tyson acknowledging that his business with UCAD may not be concluded. That was my take on it from before the market Clearfoot. Yeah, Farmer Clearfoot. It was from before that. As soon as I heard Tyson Fury saying he's not fighting in the UK no more, this, that, and the other, oh, they never treated me right, they never this, they never that, they never the other. I said, no, mate. No, that's not it. I don't believe you. I believe you have unfinished business with UCAD. That's what I said from the time he started saying it. And so, yeah, to me, all fingers point in the direction of Tyson Fury having unfinished business with UCAD, or Tyson Fury having the perception that UCAD may take another nibble. And if that's the case, then he would have had to have a reason. He would have had to have knowledge of something or some things that could rear their head.
just as a genuine question,
Yeah.
is UCAD saying that if Tyson is involved in a conspiracy to commit perjury or has bribed somebody who's committed perjury, they will ban him for 8 years for that?
What UCAD have said is that if any new evidence emerges in the case, that they will reopen a case.
Okay, because if the WBC don't take any notice of UCAD,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter to Tyson, does it?
Well, if
Technically, as far as I'm concerned, he's already admitted guilt and
Yeah.
accepted the ban
guilt of what?
of taking the nandrolone.
Yeah, but has he accepted guilt of tampering with evidence?
No, and I'm not saying. It wouldn't surprise me if the Furies
Yeah.
tried to bribe someone to do this, because let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a group of people that will gouge people's eyes out and make millions of pounds from selling drugs are afraid of doing a little bit of perjury.
I hear you.
Like, Tyson Fury's dad, and I think Peter as well, will quite openly admit that they just see going to jail as part of the course for what they're prepared to do to make the money and live the life that they want to lead.
Mm-hmm.
They've then been fortunate enough to have enough success in boxing, so they don't have to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if that came under threat, I don't think they'd have a lot of scruples about doing what they've been accused of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's definitely something that I wouldn't put past them.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be a new drug offence. It's going to be something about British law,
Yeah,
and procedure that's going to have been broken.
Yeah.
So, do you really think the WBC and the Americans are going to care?
Well, the WBC won't care. Probably won't care if Tyson Fury is found guilty whilst not being under the jurisdiction of the BBOC.
I think they would care if he got found guilty by UCAD for further drug offences that were relevant to his current performance.
Yeah, they would care if he tested dirty again. But as it stands, without him testing dirty, then I don't think the British Boxing Board of Control, they don't have a stronger hand.
And I think any decent lawyer,
Fury's not under their jurisdiction, i.e., if he's not a current license holder under the British Boxing Board of Control, then that will have lesser sway with the WBC or any of the other four major governing bodies.
and
So
also,
it is in Tyson Fury's best interest, if he is guilty of tampering with evidence, it is in his best interest not to have a British Boxing Board of Control license.
yeah, possibly. But also, I think he can afford a good enough lawyer to destroy somebody who's basically come out of the woodwork looking for a payout on the basis that he hasn't received his bribe money.
Well, yeah. But for him not to have received bribe money means that there was a bribe. He just didn't
according to him, though.
Yeah. No, but if he's found guilty of not...
Conspiracy is such a hard thing to prove.
Well, it could be a hard thing to prove, or it could be an easy thing to prove, depending on the evidence at hand.
Yeah. But he's got to have proof.
If Cleveland has tape recordings, for example, they're admissible in the court, then it becomes less.
I don't think Clearwater would survive that, though.
Clearfoot.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah. At the end of the day, doesn't Peter live in Bolton?
I don't think Clearfoot cares. He's 70 now. I think
he's had enough of life. I mean, why is he after all this money if he's not had enough of life?
I think when you get to a certain age, I think, farmers, my perception, I can't speak as fact. My perception of them is that they're a hardy bunch. I used to work I used to have pass through a rural area, and I got to know some farmers, and they tend, and this is opinion now, they seem to be a hardy bunch. I
But
do
it's
manual
also,
labor for a living, and they're a hardy, sturdy. The ones that I've met back in the day were a sturdy people, very sturdy.
okay, Raphie, you're not a small gentleman, and
No.
I believe that you can look after yourself.
Yes, I can.
Would you pick a fight with Big John Fury?
Big John, he's a dangerous guy. Let's put it this way.
That's basically what they're doing.
Let's put it this way. I would insist on wearing safety goggles.
yeah, exactly.
I like
Big John would just wait till the safety goggles weren't there.
I would have to have eye protection,
helmet. If you're gonna, I wouldn't be taking those people on if I lived on a farm in their area.
Yeah, I hear you, John.
I think he just wants to sell his story and get paid off.
I hear you, John. But I think that there are certain people who just don't give a.
Well,
They
possibly.
don't give a. They exist, John. They exist. There are certain
I've
people.
known. I think Big John Fury is one of them.
Yeah. And sometimes a person who don't give a F can meet another guy who don't give a F. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm actually wondering. I'm worried. I'm scared for Mr.
Yeah. I hear you. But
he could end up in a hole somewhere on the Pennine.
I genuinely believe he's just one of them people. He's just one of them hardy rural people who don't give a flying you know what. He don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's ass.
So
let me get through a few of these comments. Don't we come back?
Get through.
Yeah, let's do that. So I hope that answered your question, Dr. Woo Duck. Dr. Woo Duck. I'm always intrigued by the genesis of that name. Okay, Hands of Stone. Without year-round testing, people who want, or I'll rephrase that, people who are not subjected to year-round testing, and some are. Everybody's testing their tie, says Hands of Stone. David Ashton, first time I've seen him in the chat. Welcome, hello, and welcome to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. For anyone enjoying the show, be sure to smash that like button. If you enjoy the show or if you hate the show, don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can keep on loving or keep on hating. It's all the same to mine. Well, it's not exactly the same, but anyway, I think you know what I mean. I don't know why they shouldn't cancel Wilder Fury 3 using a force majeure clause with the contract due to COVID-19 and proceed with Joshua versus Fury. No, that would be breach of contract. I think that would be breach of contract. I think that what's his name, Wilder, he's contractual. He's in the contract. If it has to be delayed, I think that just would get extended. The time frame would be extended within the contract. That is my belief as we move. God of War up in the building. I wouldn't be surprised if the Corona thing gets Fury out of the contract. I don't think nothing's getting him out of the contract unless Deontay Wilder accepts step-aside money. BH. Chase Athletics up in the building. Good to see the area full of the Combat Radio crew and visitors. Peace to the chat. Big up yourself, Chase Athletics. Good to have you in here. Collusion. I think you're writing collusion there, Gucci Kid. Yeah, collusion. Collusion to defraud, to tamper with evidence, to submit false evidence. Tyson beat Beyonce Wilder so bad and licked him that Beyonce is dressing like a woman at night when no one is watching him crying. Damn, Dale Dean.
Yeah, just to forget there, Deontay has been wearing skirts in public for quite some time.
Oh,
He's been wearing those man fashion skirts, hasn't he?
If you act on the knowledge of a fraudulent claim, you still meet the standard of mens rea to commit fraud. Mens rea, I'll take that. That's a legal.
Mens rea he ain't spent that right, spelled that right, but it's a legal term.
Yeah.
It's Latin. What does it mean?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's just like the Latin for intent.
Yeah, to commit fraud, even if he wasn't paid. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. It's the same as breaking and entering or going equipped. Yeah, it's going equipped. It's like going equipped. So you haven't done anything, but you're equipped. Yeah, that's my train of thinking. You're right, Raphael, with the wife analogy. In okay, offenses are knowledge-based crimes. Okay. David Ashton comes in with some good intel. Smarty Jones up in the building. The unification will never happen in the UK because it won't generate the cash that Saudi would generate. Someone know all about money, though. Surely it's historic moments. You want historic moments in historic places. Getting the unification in the UK would be historic. So you want your name up there in the history books, in the annals of history. One in Saudi, one in the UK. I accept one in Saudi, but definitely.
You definitely think there'd be a rematch, Raphie?
With Joshua Fury.
Yeah, so I'll give you the scenario where I think there won't be a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua sparks Fury in short work badly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's a rematch there.
I think if they're signed to fight once, they'll.
Yeah, but the loser's always up to them if they call the rematch, isn't it?
Yeah. If Fury gets sparked out, won't he want to
badly hurt, like proper bad?
I don't care. First round. If Fury gets sparked out in the first round, will he not want a rematch? I say
if it's a first round knockout, I think he's more likely to just think he got caught cold.
Yeah.
Beat up, hurt, and then completely put to sleep.
I think his fans will insist that he takes a rematch, whether he wants it or not.
Yeah, but I don't know that Fury listens to them.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I don't think
because I also think he said he wants out.
Yeah.
He said he's got a limited number of fights.
Yeah.
I also think if it goes the other way and Fury beats
Joshua.
I mean, it'd be difficult to be more of a bad beating than he took to Andy Ruiz.
Exactly. So definitely.
We know that Joshua will go for the rematch because he's prepared to do it. We've seen him do it already.
We know that. We've seen it.
Yeah, for definite.
And Fury can't walk away, in my opinion. He can't walk away. He can't say no. He cannot say no from.
He's done it before.
Against Klitschko, he has done it before. But no, he hasn't done it before.
He did it against Wilder as well.
Yeah, but I say he hasn't done it before because he's never walked away from a loss and not taken a rematch. Never, because he hasn't lost. So he hasn't done it before.
All right. Well, there's no form for that because he's unbeaten.
Yeah. So yeah.
You think he'd definitely look to avenge his loss?
He 100% have to. Not even because of himself. Not even because of himself, but just because he's the Gypsy King. Do you know how much he's riding on this guy? This guy is not just his own ego. Forget about his ego. And I think he's got a huge ego. And I'm not complaining. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. But I think he's got a massive ego. And his ego, even if his ego allowed him to walk away. No. John wouldn't have. Would John allow him to walk away? I think John's ego is just as big, if not bigger.
I think John's is worse.
John's is worse.
I don't know if you ever saw it when Tyson was a kid. Was it on Sky? So they were in it, the gym when Tyson was like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
With his dad, because that's before his dad got sent down.
Yeah.
So, and he was telling them then he was going to be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he'd named him Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyson.
Yeah.
And I watched that. John's always been like that.
Right.
It was an interview with John Fury. It weren't really with Tyson was just a kid. Full on kid.
Shy kid. Probably didn't want to talk too much, so I heard he's a shy kid. If Tyson's ego allows him to walk away, I don't know if John's ego allows him to walk away.
I don't know that
saying
recently
that he wants him to retire soon. I think that changes if Joshua sparks him. I think that John goes against what he's been saying. I cannot see Tyson Fury being allowed to walk away after if he gets spanked?
I definitely think his dad would put a lot of pressure on him to do the rematch.
I think so.
But
Even-
I have got the question whether Tyson would tell his dad to do one or not.
I cannot see Tyson. I cannot see Tyson
I
Fury.
don't know. I
Yeah.
definitely think Paris would not want him to take it. I can see both scenarios.
I can see both scenarios, but
If Tyson wins,
towards one or the other, don't you?
if Tyson wins, I can also see him retiring.
Oh, bloody hell. I find that more likely. You see, if you say to me, if Tyson Fury wins, will he deny Joshua the rematch? I say I can see that quicker than I can see him walking away with a loss. If you say to me, do you think Tyson Fury walks away if he beats Joshua and not give him a rematch? I would say I would find that likely.
Yeah, I see that as likely as well.
But let me get through these things. Shizbiz. Okay, UCAT is in line with WADA. Okay. Rays. From my point of view, the Ballgate scandal makes Tyson Fury still a gangster. He still has the sharpest hands in boxing. He has nothing more to prove. Nothing more to prove. Yeah, he needs to be undisputed, my friend. So he does have more to prove. He does have more to prove, in my humble opinion. Fury looked off his nut at the Vlad press conference. Yeah, I think that was in the time period he was on the happy stuff. The stuff that makes you, I wouldn't say happy, but anyway. Fury relinquished his license because he knew this story was coming down the tracks. Damn. UCAT can't do nothing. UCAT are not going to reopen the case because it's a waste of money they don't have. Well, they could sue him. They could sue him to get their money back. Potentially. If tape recordings existed, the tabloids and Sky News would already have had their grubby hands on them. That's an interesting hypothesis. It's not a fact, but it's an interesting hypothesis. Farmer would have cashed in big time. That's a very interesting hypothesis. Maybe Empty Clay will assassinate Martin. Oh dear, that's a bit close to the knuckle. They do have.
I've got a better hypothesis.
Yeah.
If the tapes existed, wouldn't Peter have paid him in the first place to keep him shut?
Yeah, that's a very strong argument. Deontay, having said that, did Clearfoot one of them clever people who kept it under wraps, always have insurance? Is that in a vault somewhere?
But he would have got paid then, Raphie. That's my point.
He'd have pulled it out by now. He'd have showed his hand by now. He wouldn't
have had to go to the press testimony and he hadn't been paid. If anything, he would have got his 25 grand, and then when Tyson won more money, he'd come back out of the woodwork and say, I need another $1 million now.
That's a good hypothesis. I've got another hypothesis, which is that he kept the tapes. If there are any tapes, he kept them as an ultimate insurance policy. Because if he gives up the tapes, he gets paid. Yeah. But maybe he wanted it as an ultimate insurance policy. I don't know. I don't know if that hypothesis is as strong as the previous hypothesis. But yeah, it's a hypothesis nonetheless. Very good points. I think most people would veer towards the notion that if he had the tapes, he would have shown them already. I do appreciate that. What does that say? Deontay Wilder needs some milk. David Douglas up in the building. She's biz. That's probably why Fury said he gave his money to charity. Why? How does that fit in with the narrative? I'm sure it does. Just not seeing it immediately now. Michael J. White. Deontay Wilder is the new Ronda. Deontay Wilder is the new Ronda Rousey. I don't know. I don't know if he's that bad. If he's that bad, that would be really bad. I see Corona haven't stopped the Wilder hate. Be safe, everybody. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Big Ant up in the building. Hasn't done a single interview since the beatdown. That is true. Big Ant, sorry, mate. He is too hard to like. All the wanting a body on his record and the fighting his brother, etc. Yeah, let him fight his brother. That might be an interesting matchup. Just doesn't relate to a lot of people. That is true indeed. That is true indeed. John D. Lee, come to the end of the show. What are your final words, my friend? What are your final words?
I think Farmergate will blow over. I also think the Furies are guilty, but it just isn't going to come to anything.
What's going to blow over, do you say? What do you think is going to blow over?
Farmergate.
Oh, Farmergate. Farmergate's going to blow over. And this latest thing with Tyson Fury relinquishing his British Boxing Board of Control license is related to Farmergate, of course. Well, we're speculating it is. We think it is. We're speculating. We think.
I could see both, to be honest. I could see it being because of Farmergate.
Yeah.
I could see it just being a FU to the BBs of C.
Boxing Board of Control.
I could see both. Just
what do
Tyson,
do you think more likely?
That's what I mean with Tyson. He's so hard to predict.
Yeah.
You know, I think that taking the cocaine was actually to take the heat off the Nangelo and stuff.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
I told you I knew someone up in Manchester who predicted Tyson was going to pop before he did.
Yeah, he did say that. What was the basis of what? What was the basis?
Well, the guy knew him.
Okay.
The guy was a former professional cruiserweight who I knew. Tyson was the first person he ever sparred.
Okay.
And he said it to me in the gym about a week before it happened.
I've
never had any proof of inside knowledge.
No.
But he had no reason to come out and say it.
Okay. Did he elaborate on why he thought what he thought?
Only just sort of about the dodgy nature of the Furies are.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
generally.
Okay.
But also, when Tyson pulled out of the Vlad rematch with the injury on his leg, a lot of people were all over YouTube disputing. They were actually accusing Tyson of putting makeup on his leg.
Yeah, I remember
that picture of in the caravan with the bruise on. And I think if there's any truth in that argument, that Tyson knew the UK stuff was coming, so he pulled out of the fight. I also think Tyson's cocaine, failing the test for cocaine was intentional because he wanted to take the story away from the Nangelo. So I think he's really good at manipulating the press.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't think he always gets it right either. I think he miscalculates stuff. And I also think that he gets emotional and does random stuff as well.
So emotional.
So it's so hard to fathom what's going on in Tyson's mind. I think I'm always on the fence.
So emotional. What is Tyson? What is Tyson going to do next? What's he going to do next? We got this thing with the. Hold on. What have I forgot? We're still ending the show, but I know I forgot something. Hold on. Tyson Fury relinquishes. Atlas can't. Oh dear, I always do it, don't I? I always do it. I put something in the headline. We're going to talk about this, and then I don't talk about it. Well, I'm not going to extend the show because I'm trying to keep these things real tight. I forgot to talk about Teddy Atlas and Teddy Atlas saying that Tyson, Deontay Wilder, isn't good at fighting. But you know what? That's the Wednesday show. I may make a video of it before then, but that's the Wednesday show. That will be one of the headlines of the Wednesday show. I ain't going to extend the show, trying to keep the show nice and tight, just like it is right now. So you got that to look forward to. Unboxing Talk with Raphie, Mondays and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. UK time. John Dealey, your final word, my friend.
Good to see you still going, Raphie. We need content more than ever. Now everyone's banged up on lockdown.
Well, it's kind of strange because the Wednesday show, hardly anybody turned up. And I thought, what the hell's going on? It doesn't fit any of the analytics. I'm a man who's analytical. I try and look at the numbers and see, well, how this makes sense, that makes sense. I'm trying a logical person, and it don't make no sense. I think the corona affected it, the numbers. Because I looked around, I did some, scanned around and looked at the numbers were down all across the board.
Everybody at Tesco's, Raphie, getting toilet roll.
Everybody's at Tesco's. I can't imagine. I mean, the corona's got people locked up inside, so you'd have thought the numbers would have gone up, but the numbers appear to. I don't know. People. I don't know what the hell people are doing. I mean, they got more time. Maybe people are getting to bed earlier. I don't know.
I can tell you what they've done. They've ordered all the gym equipment in the UK.
Yeah.
Because I've got stuff coming, but I'm not convinced it's going to arrive.
Yeah.
So for some reason, people have not only panic bought all the food, they've panic bought all the gym equipment, and God knows what else they've panic bought.
Damn. So people are in the house doing home assembling their new.
I've been doing it as well.
Say that again?
I've been putting benches and pull-up bars together today.
Yeah. That's what people are doing. People are doing stuff.
Yeah.
People are doing stuff.
Prepping.
So they're still doing stuff. So I think that's what's been going on. I mean, I don't mind. I just like to be able to rationalize things and understand patterns, understand the graphs, the Well, well, well. Complete and utter madness. It's madness, I tell you. It's madness. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on no more. I was just ending the show when I was rudely interrupted. The service cut out. And I didn't get to say goodnight in my traditional manner. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Let me refresh this over here. What the hell is going on? Complete and utter madness. I'm glad this didn't happen in the middle of the show. But I guess if it did happen in the middle of the show, I guess most people would have the sense to stick around and know that it would be rectified. So what time exactly did the thing go down? Let me just try and see this. That's 20 man down, blank screen, 19 minutes. So it took approximately 9 minutes for me to close down the server, restart it, and all of that to say this. Okay, so I'll have to let people know that the thing shut off 10 minutes early. Yeah, I'm just coming back to close the show. Didn't want to leave the show like that. Also wanted to see how quick or how long it would take for me to get the thing back up running for future reference. But anyway, that was the show. Sorry for the interruption before the good night. But I hope you've enjoyed it. You have been in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie 108. And yeah, it's 108. And we've had thank you to everyone who jumped in, who joined in, everybody in the chat, and people who jumped on the panel. Who do we have? Who was the first person to jump on? Who was the first person to jump on? Was that? Damn, who's the first person? Who? What? Oh, it's AD. So it's AD. Thank you. Phil Walker. John D. Lee. Much thanks. Many thanks to one and all. Okay, and so it's the end of the show. Covered multiple topics. Tyson Fury. Mainly Tyson Fury. What's going on with him and UCAD? Is this thing going to be tried in front of UCAD? The farmer, Martin Clearfoot. Is there a correlation between Tyson Fury not wanting a British Boxing Board of Control license? Is there a correlation between that and the Clearfoot story? The farmer Clearfoot. Is that why Tyson Fury has relinquished his British boxing license? I don't know. You tell me. That's what we chopped up here today. It's the Philip Carl Roberts. It's the Gucci Kid. It's the Michael J. White. It's the BH. It's the Red Gloved Militant. It's the Mr. SR20. The Shiz Biz. It's the John D. Lee. It's the Uncle Burnt Apostrophe. It's Hard Talk Boxing. It's the David Ashton. It's the God of War. It's the Dr. Wooduk. It's the Hands of Stone. It's the Chase Athletics. It's the BH. It's the Dale Deem. It's the Smarty Jones. It's the Shola E. Bofin. It's the Ray Rays. Who else we got? The Michael J. White. It's the Big Ant. It's the Matt B. It's the Jordan. It's the last King of Scotland. And that brings us nicely to the end of another episode of Boxing Talk with Raphie. Every Monday, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. UK time. And we did have a good time. So tune in and I will see you then. In the meantime, the only thing left for me to say is blessed.